Greetings from Eureka Springs in the great state of Arkansas. I am the Lenawee Trekker, and we are at the STO Rally. Let's go on down and talk to the people. Man in green down there, that's Tim. That's our that's our rally coordinator.
Next year's rally, we still don't have a leader. If anybody's interested, step up. Otherwise, this rally would become one of disorganized rally, which has happened with other ones, where we agree here on the weekend, which the same weekend would be September 18, 21. Then all communication would be through forum of what we all talked about to each other. There'd be no host hotel, there'd be no organized rides, other than what somebody does through posting on the forum. Okay, so there's disadvantages of that. There's advantages. There's no registration fee when you do that. So that's a question I've been getting a lot. So I wanted to give you that answer. If you want to step up, please see me. There still is a free hotel room if you're here at that one for this year's rally. Let's see. Who's our long distance riders? Coming from California. Yeah, I mean London. Yeah, I mean distance to get here. And you're Ontario? Yes. I don't know what. California.
I'm Michigan.
Michigan. And we got Michigan. Now let me show you something. Who's from Arkansas? 1, 2 groups, 3, 4. This rally has never been about local riders, and it isn't this year. The organization. Lou registered or ran it 2 years ago and 2 years from Wisconsin. This isn't about local organizations, so it can be anywhere. And we won't get people locally come to a rally to ride around where they ride every day. That's pretty normal.
All right, I'll leave.
Okay, in your hotel in your registration packet, you're going to have an agenda, pretty loose. You're going to have a description of riding rules and signs. That's going to be real important for Thursday's ride. But practice that if you don't ride in groups often. Practice it when even there's 2 bikes, all those signs and what you should do. Those of you coming long distance, I assume you do that already if you've ridden many years. But also I've learned that some of us get sloppy, and reminders are a good thing. Gene Martlow is going to give a safe ride seminar.
Yes.
And that's going to be a wonderful thing to do for experienced riders as well. And I have that for Thursday evening at 7:30, which would be after our pizzas and that. It's after the long run.
Gene,
and that's going to be held down in the breakfast room where we had breakfast for this morning. We'll have that set aside for that. And he also has a book that's out. If you haven't read it, I haven't either. He'll have a little advertisement. He's glad to talk to you about riding. Ride to live.
Live to ride.
Live to ride.
Yeah. Got over 1 million miles.
And you ride a Helix. So I hear you had it pretty much pegged all the way out here.
Yeah, I was averaging 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's a good one. Raffle. In your package you have a number of things. You have your name tag, you have an armband. This will let us notify that you paid for meals. We do have 1-day registrations that don't include meals and don't include raffles. You also have a little orange ticket. Most people will put it on the back of their name tag because we'll call raffle numbers for various prizes. One thing that I'm going to do different this year is this board. I'll put the number up there. That way you don't have to be present when I call a number to win. It made the closing ceremony last year last forever, getting names. So we won't do that this year. I'll call some in a group like this and post your number and what it is, and then we'll move on. Because of because of the small organization this year, we don't have vendors. Frankly, it doesn't really matter whether the organization had vendors or not. Our group is not big enough to support a sales vendor. The vendors that have come were real loyal to us and have come for several years, but they lost money coming, and I can't blame them. In small business in this economy, they can't be donating. And then sponsorships in terms of going out and getting little prizes, I did not do that this year. So all the little things, cramp busters and all those that we got last year, I didn't do. So the prize number is smaller, but there'll be some better prizes. So that's the way I approach it. And then today is, like I said, introduce yourself to new people, help them on rides. And on this table are a number of packages, and there's ones that say small scoot rides are also good, just break-ins, short rides around town or on the edges of town, up in the hills, all pavement. I don't recommend going off on gravel roads, only because they look good and sometimes they fall apart. In fact, they usually do, which is why we like them on dual sport bikes. So that's a couple for smaller scoots. Then there's a couple intermediates, 80 to 60 miles, short rides. And then there's a number of rides. There's probably about 8 or so rides that we've used in the past in the 200-mile range. You can cut them off and go anywhere you like on those. People that have ridden a lot here are going to be glad to give you ideas. Like if you say, I heard Highway 123 is good. Charlie or I, or who else would, Roy, you'd be able to, or if you've been down those, share those knowledge of roads to go. And most of the cool roads are on these long maps to get to them. So we'll know to say, if you want to go to 123, I'll go and show you on one of these maps and get you out there. That's it. Anything else you can think of? Okay, any group questions?
Might mention the center line, kind of staying away.
The center?
Stay away from center line.
Oh, okay. In terms of safety things, there'll be a few things that are odd for you flatlanders, and that's curves and hills. And we often have those together.
Take it serious.
Yeah, it's really, this is not just joking. We have a lot of decreasing radius turns also in the state. They just built it to the hill. So decreasing radius means you go in, you think it's a nice gentle sweeper, and all of a sudden you're in a tight switchback and you're coming in too hot. We haven't had much rain, so when it does rain, if it does rain, it's going to be slick to start. When we had a lot of rain, our last rain was the hurricane. And we did move a lot of gravel across roads, so be careful. If you're with group, use your foot or your hand to look at things in the road, squirrels in the road. So when you hit one of these corners, come into them, go slower than you think. The little signs that are orange signs that say give a speed limit, in most places that you've all ridden, those are like for old ladies, right?
Suggested.
Here, several of our roads, it's not for old ladies. It's like maximum speed you can go without going off into the cliff. So you don't really know which it is, so it's better to err on the side of not cliff diving on your scooter. People that drive in cages, and a lot of bikes are out this week. They will come around too hot at you, and that's why, great suggestion, avoid the center line. I know you know, the safety courses will often tell you to take that inside line. Really, probably shouldn't think that twice in a tight corner.
The norm here is for people to cross the line. Locals cross the line.
Yeah, they live on the other side. They go straight. Deer, I heard that mentioned. Especially around Eureka, Holiday Island, if you go up 23, you're going to see deer all day long. Dusk and dawn, they're going to be with you. So, you know, the posted speed's 25. I don't go that fast in some of those areas because it's weird. Thanks. Yeah, my name's Magoo. They call me because I drive so slow. There was something else I heard.
I was just going to mention that I've been up here riding for the last few days, and I've seen a lot of deer. We've probably seen a couple of dozen deer in different places.
Really close to the road.
Yeah.
They're on the
We had
move.
to slow down because they crossed the road in front of us a couple times.
They're on the move too. We had a severe drought here, and now that we've had some rain, and there's some green vegetation, so they're feeding for the winter. So watch them.
And bow season started, right? And so
bow season
they're out getting away from the bow hunters that are out there. Any questions? Other questions? Reminders. This is a group deal, so let's have fun. A new thing this year. I have coolers set up. I've got one with soft drinks that'll be out here all the time. Then there's one with adult beverages that'll be out here also in the evening. Obviously, this is just for you to put your own drinks in and drink out of, but it's kind of a just community thing. You put some in, take some out, do whatever you want. That wasn't out of registration fee, that was just paid for. If you're going to go into the adult beverage cooler, you're done riding. I mean, I assume you all are that way. If not,
Do you have any facility for draining?
For
I've
what?
got over 2,000 miles on my
Full
oil.
change.
Do you have any facility for draining?
Actually, I think I haven't talked to him this year. Last year, Larry at Adventure Motorcycle, if you go out here and turn right, just past the Pizza Hut, the place, what's it called? Arkansas Adventure Rider. Larry, for one thing, he's a tourist attraction. You got to go talk to the guy. He's a lot of fun. He's really interesting. You'll want to see
He's
him.
also a hippie burnout.
He's burnt out. He's not going to remember everything that he said 30 seconds ago. But he's very open. Last year he was going to open a shop for a maintenance seminar. He said, give me $20, you can have the shop all night. Air-conditioned tools lift. If you go there, he will help you out. When it comes to draining and running your own motorcycle, I haven't talked to him about it, but I will. But I'll bet you he'll set up a place, because I know he's got facility for oil disposal.
How far is that from here?
It's
Mile.
quarter mile.
Block and a half.
Quarter mile.
Just go that way, and you'll see a Pizza Hut.
Oh, it's down that way?
Yeah, it's
right
just
by
like
Pizza Hut.
1876.
Oh.
Right next to Pizza
Oh,
Hut.
I
Right
just
next to
did
Pizza
it.
Hut, yeah.
23. No, it's on 62.
It's on 62. Just go around the corner,
Across the street from
about a block and a half on the right.
Okay.
Thank you much.
All right, take off and meals. Oh yeah, and meals. We'll have a riding thing for meals to Friday night. But we have the list of restaurants and distances too that I'm going to have taped up here that you can look at too. Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.